Are you recording this as well? All right, good. I was hoping to get a live version of this.
All right.
Okay, folks, well, welcome back. We're at the Sanford Sports Complex here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is the Scheels IcePlex. We are watching the championship match of the Sioux Falls Curling Spring Championships. This is going to be the Lazy Handles versus Team Nielsen. That's going to be on Sheet B. I'm Jeff Venekamp. This is my colleague, Corey Koima. Hello, Corey.
Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the world premiere broadcast at Curling 605.
We could sure use the sound check if somebody wants to let us know.
Yeah, if anybody's out there wants to send us a Twitter to let us know if sound's working okay. We think we fixed a little bit of an issue.
Seem to have had a problem in the semifinals there.
But the curling has still been good, and it's been a pleasure working next to you today. We're in the last set. We did the semifinals last match, and now this match is the championship game. Team Nielsen is got Jordan and is the skipper, and Teresa's the vice skip. Mike will be throwing second, and Lori will be throwing first. And for the Lazy Handles, you've got Corey Kopp as the skip. Vice skip is his wife, Katie Kopp. Case Babcock is throwing second, and Lisa Babcock is throwing first. Looks like Lazy Handles is going to be going first, and they're going to be in red. And looks like Lisa will be leading us off. If you want to follow along with this, folks, you can follow us on Facebook at Curling 605 or Sioux Falls Curling. And if you want to tweet at us, it is Sioux Falls Curl and at Curling 605. So good news. Thank you to those who replied back to us. Audio seems to be working better.
Well, that's good to hear. No pun intended.
Nah, that was funny. That is a pun. And we got our first stone down the ice. Lisa threw first. Looks like she might be a little heavy, but that might be all right. So they started today at 2:30, I think was the first round.
2:30 sounds right, yeah.
2:30 was the first round. That was 8 teams. Corey, how did we get to this tournament again?
Well, Curling has had throughout the spring league, different leagues throughout the season. There's been 2 Sunday leagues, 10 weeks of league play. The first 7 weeks of league play have been kind of a round robin. The team of that round robin is here tonight. And then the last 3 weeks of league play were played as tournament style. And the winning team of each league of those 3 weeks is also here. So there were 4 league times, 2 teams from each league is here tonight.
And that's how we ended up with 8 teams. We played the 8, 2:30. They played down to the 4. And now we've got Team Nielsen and the Lazy Handles doing the championship. And it looks like Lisa dropped that one right at the 8-foot circle. So we got our first one in the house.
Of course, I guess if you're watching at home, you'll see there are other games going on. Those are playing for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah, unless we see something super exciting unfolding somewhere, we're going to be concentrating on Sheet B, calling a championship match. Lori put a blocker out there. As we get started, Corey, is there any strategy in these early stones? I know you're probably trying to feel out the ice, see what's happened. I saw that between semis and finals, they re-pebbled the ice.
Yep, they did put a fresh pebble on, which the pebble is dropped into the water that freezes to the ice and creates less contact points from stone, thus creating less friction.
Even though Team Nilsson exactly, played on this sheet, the semifinals, is there much advantage to that now that they added a new pebble?
Some of it, we'll be able to understand a little bit on sometimes on arena ice. Be a little bit uneven.
Okay.
Because it is on a Zamboni over. Zamboni isn't perfectly even all the time. So things can, as the stones kind of fade away a little bit, so understanding that is a little bit advantageous.
Sure.
With a fresh pebble, that changes things too.
Yeah. So they got a new fresh pebble out on top, so maybe a slight advantage just understanding that, but these guys have been playing here all year as well, so there isn't really a home ice advantage.
No, not really. I think all of the teams have probably played on each sheet. One sheet being what each game has happened on this time.
Right. It looks like you got Case. Just dropped that one down. Looks like he's kind of curling out a little bit. I don't think he wanted to bump that one out of the house, but
probably not what he intended.
We got Mike here. Mike is going to be throwing second for Team Nilsson. Looks like they're trying to either put a blocker out here or they're going to try and bump that. Nope, they're just trying to put a blocker out here. Opening for it though. At least that maybe widens up the opening. See if they want to replace that one or not here. This is Teresa. Teresa's the vice skip for Team Nilsson, and see what they're asking for here. They're calling for some sweeping right away. Corey, how much is that sweeping going to change the direction of the stone, or what's that going to be doing there?
Well, it can straighten the curl out a little bit, and with some appropriate sweeping, you can actually carry a stone an extra 15 feet.
Okay.
On the ice.
And straightens it out.
And it does straighten it out a little bit, yeah. Go faster.
Keeps the curl from curling as much. Here's Katie. She's throwing her second stone now. She's trying to look like run in her own stone a little bit.
She has been really good with that today.
Yeah. That's a good stone. They move it in. They at least steal that second back from them.
So it's now sitting 1.
Yeah, and you got Teresa. It looks like they're calling to drop another blocker out front.
Well, interesting fact about Teresa, just because I know her fairly well. She is on the Sioux Falls Curling Board of Directors. She's going to be moving Sioux Falls to Fargo for a job change. Definitely going to miss her here.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately for her, she gets to play on dedicated curling ice.
Oh, sure.
In Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about the difference between dedicated curling ice and what you'd call arena ice?
Sure. This is we're obviously playing on arena ice. This is where this is ice skate. Sioux Falls Stampede practices on this particular arena. Many people will be familiar with Sioux Falls Stampede. They practice here, and it's an arena with some sheets set up for.
You got Corey here. He just threw his.
That's quite what he was looking for.
I don't think that's what he was looking for there. Maybe he opened that up a little bit.
Opened it up. Didn't do any damage, I would say.
Yeah. They're throwing. They threw first, so the hammer goes to Team Nilsson. You got Jordan here. Jordan's.
We wanted to talk about home ice advantage. Jordan is actually the person that pebbles the ice for us every evening for league, and he has today. He kind of knows that ice really well.
All right, so Corey here, skipper, throwing his last stone. It looks like he's going to want to just try and come in, take out the 4-foot stone. He's got enough weight on it here to, if he can keep it lined up, it might be looking like a good stone if he can keep it on line there.
He's got a good stone. Oh, he was hoping for that to freeze.
To freeze up there. Yeah, there might be two. It's hard to tell from this angle who's sitting on that one, if it's two reds or red-blue. So you got Jordan now and Teresa discussing what they're going to be doing here. Sounds like she just said they got 1, 2, so they got to come in and steal this last one with the hammer. It's going to be hard for them to find a way to get 2 out of here.
They're throwing hammer, which is always the last stone of the end.
So he's going to be coming down, see if he could just land on the button. Is that the play here? Or maybe take out that red one in the 8-foot circle right on the 4-foot, and he's coming down pretty heavy, so but he bumped himself out, so looks like blue's sitting on 1 there. So as a strategy at the first end, I guess it's good to score first.
I think you can probably build up some confidence if you score first.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had the hammer, we got 1.
Keep the momentum.
It's the first end. Nothing lost. You always hear that strategy, you know, you want to get more than 1 at the hammer. Is that right?
Yeah, if you can.
But I guess it's better than giving up 1. So the hammer now goes over to lazy handles. Team Nielsen will be throwing first, and Lori is the first thrower for Team Nielsen. In the semifinals, Team Nielsen just went off on a run. They ended up scoring in the first 5 ends. They ended up with 6. It was a 6-0. Kind of ran away with it. Looks like they're just throwing a blocker out here, trying to put a guard up. See if they can get it over the hog line. Kind of what he was calling for, it looks like.
Usually those first 2 stones are looking for guard, just to kind of plug up, make a mess, make it difficult for everybody else to get anything into the house.
Here's a guard coming in too, although that one looks like it's going to hit.
Maybe it may have curled just a little more than he was looking for.
So it's called a free guard zone, right? Because you can't take them out, but
You can hit them, but you can't take them out of play.
okay. What would happen if I did?
Well, the skips would then have to agree on where that stone. Well, first of all, if they want to put the stone back.
Okay. If they don't want to put it back, they just leave it out and it's out and not a big deal.
If they want to put it where it was.
Okay.
And put it back in place.
This kind of goes back to that just courtesy sport of we're going to have an agreement between us.
Sportsmanship, courtesy, like you say.
We're going to agree on who's closer. There isn't a judge.
No judges, no umps, no refs. Call your own shots.
Yeah. Maybe we could go back while we're in the early part. We were discussing the arena ice and the dedicated curling ice back when Teresa was throwing, and we got distracted by the end of the first end there. What's dedicated ice? How's it throw differently, or how's the stones move differently down it?
Well, dedicated ice means that nobody else is going to play on that ice. They're doing nothing but curling on that ice.
Maintained differently then.
Maintained differently, easier to maintain. Forward curling, skating ice is pretty easy, a little easier to maintain just because it doesn't have to be super level all the way across. So it's maintained specifically to curling.
Got it. Does it end up being like stones go farther? Do you end up throwing with different weight because of it?
It can actually make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Especially the temperature of the ice is a little more controlled the way it seems, and most of that is because they're not continuously having to add water to the ice.
Sure.
To even it. Surprisingly, you'd think that ice is ice, it's cold as ice, but it can change temperature when you add water to it or take water.
Yeah.
The ice back down.
Yeah.
How do they surface? Curling ice.
Curling ice, they'll flood a sheet to surface it, similar to what they would do on arena ice with a Zamboni, but they have dedicated ice. They have special tools to shave the ice back down again, so they can let it sit because they're not skating on it all the time like they do on arena ice. They do a lot of skating here, especially here at the Scheels IcePlex. They're able to let that ice freeze down good and hard, and then scrape it. They have scrapers and they have nippers, specialty tools for curling. So they'll flood the sheets, and the sheets. Right now we're looking at, you see 4 different sheets, but it really blends into each other.
Yeah.
Whereas curling ice, a lot of the curling arenas, they'll actually have separate sheets.
Okay.
Divided out with boards down between the sheets.
So if you hit a board, you're out.
Yep, that's the out of bounds. Whereas here there's marks to see where out of bounds is, but you have to be able to call your own shots again.
Sure.
And say, yep, that one is out of bounds.
Sure. Well, on sheet B now, back at the championship match, we've got Team Nielsen sitting in the house with 2. They're up to their vice skip. Teresa is going to be throwing her first stone. They're sitting with 2, and they got a couple of strong blockers out there. They seem to be in a pretty good spot.
Real good position. I got a feeling they're probably going to go for another guard here, just to make sure that the lazy handles can't come around the outside on the left there.
Sure. So you're going to put a blocker out there. You probably want to just pass the hog line, give them no room to get outside of it, and make them shorten the ice essentially, right? That's exactly what they did right there. Maybe that curl just enough at the end. You might be able to sneak around it out there. Let's see what the skipper is going to call for. He's
going to try and shoot the gap. Nope. He's asking Katie what she wants to do, what she's comfortable with. So looks like they're going to try and shoot right down the middle so they can get on the button.
Coming right down. She seems a little bit on the
a little bit outside.
Little outside. She might actually luck out here and run her own in there. What happens there?
Oh, wow.
I think there's some...
Actually helped them out a little bit.
Yeah, so they end up taking one out. They're still giving up one there, but they got the hammer. So now if you're...
One is better than two for them.
Yeah, one is better than two right now. So if they got this one, they're going to... Looks like Team Nielsen's going to try and split that up there and bring one into the 12-foot, or... Maybe just don't go too deep, is that what I hear?
Yep. Teresa's been pretty consistent with her weight, so I think I got a feeling they're probably sitting pretty good with her throw.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty happy with that one. Just bump that one up a little bit.
Plug things up. That's what they're looking for, I guess.
Yeah, well, and they got a lot of blue sitting out front, so they got a lot of stuff to work with out there too.
They have 2 stones to throw, so.
Yeah, so Katie, looks like Corey's looking for Katie to come around the outside here, huh? He's calling for it though. Is he gonna miss it? No, but he's gonna hit that one. See how far he runs that guy in. Well, he moved himself a little bit out of there. Cleaned up a little bit of a lane actually. So you got them deciding now. Doing a little strategy session. What do you think they're gonna do here? Think maybe they're going to try and drop this one in onto the 4-foot?
Just get one in there. They're shooting for.
See where that comes? Yeah, that comes over. That's coming over pretty good, actually. That.
A little more than what they wanted, I think. Yeah, see Teresa, she's disappointed.
Yeah, but man, there's mucked up stuff out front there.
Mess.
That's a mess. I don't know what Corey's got in his as far as options here. He does have the hammer, so maybe he needs to try and set this up for his hammer. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to try and fandangle a way around, but it looks like they're going to try and put one right down the gut there, huh?
Yes, so. I'm not...
Oh, he got a lot of weight on that guy.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what he's trying to do. He's trying to take out.
Try and just open up some space in there.
That's what he's going to do, too. Opens up the
Oh, but look at that. That's probably the least thing he wanted to have happen. Put another one on there for him. So, if you're Jordan now and Team Nielsen, you want to put, you're sitting with 2, you put a blocker out there and see if you can stop them from doing anything there, right? I don't know, folks, you couldn't see that, but that was a triple start if you didn't notice. 3 and all happen at 1. Oh, let's see if they're going to make this over the hog. Yeah, that's a good example of that sweeping really paying off for them. But it looks like a little gap open there, huh?
I think he was trying to shoot a little bit farther left there.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be closer to the center line. He left a little bit of a room there, so I think the only thing Corey's really got to do here is put one on the button, right?
Put it on the button. Yeah. Get it into that 4-foot, really, is what he needs to do.
What do you think of the weight?
It's a little heavy to me. Looks like his line is pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to come over and tap, tap, tap. So that's not what you want to have happen if you're lazy handles. Giving up two without the hammer. So we're after 2 ends. We've got Team Nielsen up 3-0 over lazy handles. Folks, if you're listening to us out there in the Twitterverse somewhere, don't forget to follow us at Curling605 or at Sioux Falls Curl. And follow us on Facebook. We could use all the friends that you can give us. We're at Curling605 on Facebook or Sioux Falls Curling. And if you tweet us now,
Say hi back.
we'll say hi back. We're following along. If it'd be nice to hear where you're at and what your favorite team, if you're cheering for anybody, and where in the world you are. You know, we're actually doing a worldwide broadcast here.
On the World Wide Web.
On the World Wide Web.
Our international followers really today's championship.
Well, you know, I think I've heard more than once that there's hope that this might be the one sport that you can play until your 80s and still be super competitive.
Absolutely it is.
And a walker can actually be a plus.
Support. We haven't seen any today, but I have seen a couple of interesting falls while I've been out here, so some people might need a walker when they're done.
Well, I tell you what, that is one thing about your first and your second of the team. You do an awful lot of sweeping. That is a lot of work.
Yeah. Lisa gets her first stone out. See if that one's going to hold on there. If that's going to shoot on out, yeah, that's just going to move on out. Here's Lori with her second stone. Corey, what's the makeup of who all supports the Sioux Falls Curling Club? Do you have any sponsors or anybody we should be really praising out there that's been really good to Sioux Falls Curling?
Yeah, actually, Sioux Falls Curling does have a couple of sponsors, team sponsors that are out there today. I know we've had Interstates Electric Construction, I believe.
Man Salon. I saw them. They were on the team.
A team.
Oh, is that what it was?
Canadian.
Oh, A, like good day.
One of the players on that team is originally from Lethbridge, Canada.
Oh.
Alberta, I should say. In Canada. So they were the A team.
I get it, eh?
And that was the Man Salon. I know. Let's see. Might have been team support. Well, beyond team support, Sioux Falls Curling has a couple of sponsors as well. I apologize. I'm trying to think of the names here.
That's all right. We got another 50 minutes. We want to make sure we go ahead and support those people. And thank you for those of you that are Eastway Bowl. There you go. Yeah, so the Sioux Falls Curling Club, they own the stones. They own the brooms.
Sioux Falls Curling owns the equipment, yes.
Okay. And that lives out here at the IcePlex?
All of that stuff stays out here.
Okay.
Scheels IcePlex has been kind enough to let leave equipment in the arena here. So
Okay.
not on the ice, obviously. So there's some setup for every league time. They've been able to let Sioux Falls curling leave the stones and the handles. That's worked out quite well.
Yeah, is there an advantage or disadvantage to the novice who doesn't understand? What's the difference if they leave it here in the arena or if they put a storage out back? Does it make a difference?
Absolutely it does. If you take the stones out of the arena is quite cold. I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here shivering a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here for a couple hours. But, the stones stay cold. They don't melt into the ice as bad. They stay the same temperature.
Got it. Of course.
They can melt into the ice if your stone goes. And stones, the stones are made of a granite that actually comes from Scotland. Special granite that they've been using for curling for years. If that granite changes temperature, cold to warm, can jeopardize the integrity of the granite.
Got it. And did Sioux Falls Curling buy these stones when they started? What was that, 5-6 years ago, you said?
They did. 5 or 6 years ago, they purchased the stones that were used at the time. But the stones can last a long time. Recently, they've put all new handles on the stones.
Yeah.
Handles are replaceable. They're all nice plastic. You can see red and blue.
Yeah.
Plainly see the red and blue handles. Makes it really easy for us to watch.
Right. So we got vice skip for lazy handles. Katie is throwing. They need to get some back here if they're going to have a chance of pulling out a victory over the Team Nilsson here. Looks like they're going right down the middle. She's trying to do she's got like what it looks like takeout weight. And did a nice one.
Puts them up with 2.
Got 2, you're sitting in the middle, you got a couple of blockers sitting out in front of you.
What do those stones cost, Corey?
Yeah, back to cost of the stones. This set of stones that Sioux Falls Curling has, there's 4 sheets, 16 stones per sheet. That set cost about $15,000.
Holy smokes, that's a start. And that was sponsorship then that got that started.
Yeah, Sioux Falls Curling did have good backing, financial backing to get started. Good loan.
Look at that one. Look at that one. Read that one back. Can he get it out? Maybe. Well,
I think it might be grabbing a little bit of the 12.
a little bit, but it looks like they still got the 1 and 2. I would think that one in front of that red in front has probably got more of it, right?
That's the way it looks to me from this angle, yeah.
Looks like they got.
Looks like it's not in.
So it looks like they're calling for a blocker out front.
Looks like she's got some good guard.
See if they can keep it. Bring it in, folks. Bring it in, folks. Keep it on that line. There you go.
That's exactly what they were looking for.
That really shortens that ice too. Gives them not a lot to move around. Last thing Team Nielsen wants to do is drive that one in closer. So now you got Jordan, who's on the skip for Team Nielsen. He's up there strategizing. What am I going to do next? Looks like they might be talking about driving that guard out of the way. Decision's been made, and
I guess I like to point out too that since we were talking about the costs of curling,
Yeah.
there's definitely opportunities for any business to sponsor Sioux Falls curling or teams. Sioux Falls curling. Take a break there, but there's some excitement on the ice.
Yeah. He threw a good. That was a good shot. He was looking to run that one back, maybe steal or knock one out.
Trying to open up the plate.
Yeah. So you got Corey here skipping for lazy handles. Looks like they're trying to try and put another blocker out, or they. He's got a little bit of weight. That seems a little bit heavy for a blocker. I could be wrong, but yeah, maybe take something all the way back into the house.
At this point, they probably
Score what you can score, right?
What's them up with 3 potentially?
Man, that'd be a.
Yeah, again, if there are any businesses out there that are interested in becoming a part of Sioux Falls curling, or with the teams that are out here, league.
Yeah. You watch the, when you watch curling on the Olympics, it seems like there's more uniforms than what we've got going on here today. I'm sure there's anybody who's interested in sponsoring a really cool uniform. I'm sure there's teams that would be willing to throw on some jackets. There's a lot of opportunities. All right, so let's see what Jordan can throw out here. He's got his last stone. Looks like he's going around the outside. He's trying to come in and take out that red. He got that one. He might have stolen that second in there too, eh?
Very possible.
That's a close one. So here's Corey. Corey's going to try and just move that one out. Replace that one.
Well, and if he takes that one out, he's not going to probably going to end up stone again. If he hits it square, it's going to be.
He got a lot of weight onto that one. He's hitting that one thin. Uh-oh.
That's okay. Sits with 1.
So they sit with 1. That's going to take the lazy handles. That's going to be...
You can see Corey shaking his head. He wasn't very happy with that one.
Not what he wanted to do, but that's going to end up lazy handles. Takes 1 with the hammer. That's going to be 3-1 after 3 ends. But they pass the hammer over to Team Nilsson. They got 3 more ends to go. If we haven't said it yet, folks, we're playing 6 ends today, or 80 minutes, whatever comes first.
If we get to 80 minutes and they've started their 6th end, they'll finish that end.
Okay. Well, here's Lisa. She's starting us off. That's got good weight, it looks like.
Good guard weight for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty good chance that we'll get 6 ends in on this game because
Halfway through.
Handles, they play pretty fast. So
Yeah.
They always keep the game moving.
We're pretty much right on time. We're starting our 4th end. We're at 40 minutes left. It's halfway through, so we should be able to get that going. There's not a lot of time being taken in between to strategize.
These guys usually know what they want to do.
Yeah. So they're in
the championship.
Yeah. So there's a spring season. Is there a fall and winter season then, or is it? What's the schedule for Sioux Falls curling?
Sioux Falls curling will have a league in the fall. Typically not in the winter, even though curling is thought of as a winter sport. Curling in the arena here can be challenging. this time.
Oh, sure.
Because there's a lot of hockey, there's a lot of figure skating. As I mentioned earlier, we're playing on the Sioux Falls Stampede practice rink.
Okay. Yeah, if you haven't been out to the Scheels IcePlex, there's 3 sheets of ice out here.
There are, yeah, 3 arenas in here.
3 different arenas. We're on the northernmost arena, and then there's a arena in the middle, and that actually has a little stadium seating, and you can almost always find hockey being practiced.
Pretty much, throughout the winter, every night.
Yeah.
I think you can find hockey or at least figure skating.
And they do have the ability, you can rent skates.
Yeah, they have open skating as well here. And they actually do that on this sheet.
They do that on this sheet.
Playing on here.
This open skate.
You know, there's Sioux Falls figure skating here. They practice out here. And I think they actually had a competition here 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? 2 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
It's a beautiful complex out here. The Sanford Sports Complex is nice. If you haven't been out here, they've got, this is where the Pentagon is, and the field house is out here. There's multiple football fields over there. There's quite a throw. Is that one going to hold on to that 12-foot?
George's going to try and sweep that out.
He's going to try and get it out. Yeah, he got it out. Good for him.
And the tennis facility.
Oh, I forgot about the Huther family tennis pointer, the Huther match point tennis facility. Yeah, very beautiful facility over here.
There's some businesses coming in the area too. Hockey headquarters started up there, moved their store out here.
Yeah.
Nice new facility for them.
Beef O'Brady's and a hotel, and if you haven't been out here, it's worth coming out just to take a look at it.
Undoubtedly more coming.
Undoubtedly. So here we got Case Babcock. He's throwing his second stone. That's heavy. It's not good. He's going to try to take out something. See if he can get all the way out there and knock out the Nielsen's team, but he missed. I'm sure that's not what he wanted to do, shoot it through. So you got Mike here with Team Nielsen. Mike's shooting his second stone. Looks like they're calling to put one right on.
I think at this point in the end, that's probably maybe a little bit. Yeah, kind of bump some things around there. They're still safe though. It looks like still sitting with one.
They're sitting with one, but those two from Lazy Handles now sitting on, and they can find a way to guard up and take out the one that they got. They might find a couple sneaky ones that those might come into play later.
Quite easily, I think. This end could really turn things around for the Lazy Handles.
So Katie's throwing some pretty heavy weight. She's trying to take out that one out at the end of the 8-foot. Is it going to get wide enough?
She was inside the broom on that one just a little bit. She's disappointed. Corey's a little disappointed with that too.
So out of these 8 players that are throwing in the championship match today, how many board members you got sitting on these teams? You said Teresa.
Teresa's on the board. Jordan's on the board. Corey's on the board. Katie is also. Let's see, I gotta think if she is a board member or if she's an advisor. I think she's an advisor to the board.
Pretty active in any manner.
Absolutely.
There's a nice community of people out here. Everybody's supporting each other. And after a long day of curling today, I'm sure there's a couple of people that are looking forward to stacking some brooms in earnest.
Definitely some rope stacking going to be happening after this game.
Here's Teresa's throw. They're putting out a blocker, or maybe trying to bring one right up to the front edge there. That's kind of nice, something they're burning on the back end there, right? Or building up on the back end.
That's the way it looks. It was might have been a little heavier than what they intended.
So it looks like Corey's trying to build something to try and take them out again. See if he can take her out again.
Oh yeah, long heavy.
Yeah, that one came out really shallow. Might see what ends up happening here. She's going to hit up, she's going to mess some stuff up, see what runs where.
She may have, yeah, that wasn't at all what they were looking for. Although it did help them out.
Yeah, that took the one out and brought one in a little bit farther.
But I can hear as soon as Katie released, I can hear her groaning. She wasn't very happy.
So here's Teresa. Teresa's got another one. She's coming right down the middle line here. I think they're trying to put a guard up front, but that one's gonna bring it. That one's looking pretty. That one's bringing right into the house, and oh, that might have helped them a little. Might have helped Lazy Handles a little bit. It's hard to tell from this angle who's closer on that, if it's that red or if it's the blue at the back end of the 8-foot ring. If I were a bet man, I'd say it's red.
I think that's going to be a red.
I think that last stone that Teresa threw just pushed them out, actually.
I think so.
So
I'm sure they're happy about that.
yeah, so if you're Lazy Handles, what's the play here? You want to protect that one.
Well, when you're sitting 3-1 in the match, they're probably going to want to try to put one on, but they've been really good at pushing them in. So I think if they guard up, they might look to use their last stone to push one in, leaving themselves with a guard.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Corey does here. He goes in and he's right on down the line. Not much of a turn on that stone either.
Doesn't take much to get a good curl on it. Not doing any sweeping.
No, they seem to be happy. Oh, right at the end. Look at that curl right at the end. Ooh.
Definitely puts them with 2.
They're definitely sitting with 2, and then
It was pretty open there.
it's really wide open. If I'm Jordan, what am I thinking? I could maybe take out both of those.
Could potentially very easily. You get just to the right of that front one.
Can take that one out and then trap inside of the red one. You really can't. If you throw it with too much weight, you're going to take out too many. Of course, once you get all those, how much does a stone weigh?
Stones are 42 pounds on average.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of weight on that throw.
Yeah. Heat on this guy coming down. And that's wide.
They're open for some curl on it. Not at all what he was looking for.
Oh, but look at that. That works out.
Where he was. I don't think that was the shot. I think he was looking for that takeout like we were talking.
Yeah.
It was a little outside, but it ended up working out in his favor.
So now Corey, no choice but to go in and take that one off the 4-foot circle.
Not going to take too much weight.
Right.
Keeps it gentle. Could end up sitting.
Oh, he put some heat on that guy. He's going straight up takeout on that guy. He didn't want to miss it.
Going to take it out.
Is he going to hit it?
Yep. And sits with 2. That still worked out in their favor.
Yeah. So now if you're Jordan, you put one on the button.
I got a feeling he's going to shoot for takeout.
Can he take that out? Can he get an angle on that where he's not going to bump that back into the blue stone? And
I think at this point he's probably. I think you're right. It'd be best just to put one on into the fourth, because you're not going to be able to take out both of those stones.
yeah,
And with a lead already.
take one with the hammer and move on with the lead.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see. He's got to make the shot, though. At the end of the day, we'll probably be able to tell pretty quick based on what kind of weight he throws here, huh?
Absolutely.
He hits the outside of the left side. Wouldn't it carry him into the back one? And take them both out?
I think he's going to be trying to.
Yeah.
Come back in quite a bit.
They're going to be able to get that one out of there, or is he stopping that on?
I'm looking for a takeout. He's hoping to sit right there, but just a little too heavy. Looks like he ended up
Looks like they ended up with
on one, so
yeah.
puts lazy handles up with one for the end.
Yeah, you got one without the hammer. I guess that's the way to go.
Yep.
Steal one from the team with the hammer. So after 4 ends, we're sitting with lazy handles at 2 and Team Nilsson at 3. As a newcomer, reading that scoreboard's kind of interesting. It's
Explain it. I think I've got it.
yeah, Corey. Why don't you try and explain how that scoreboard works?
Sure. So the center numbers, or the middle row of numbers there, is the score. In a typical game of curling, there are 8 ends, so they have 8 numbers to hang. Now today we're only going to be playing 6 ends. So for each end, the team that scores will hang that end number on the points, the number of points that they earn
Their total for the match.
for the match. And it's a cumulative, if I can say the word right, cumulative as they add on. So now we can look at the scoreboard and we can see this one. This game is in the first end. Team Nilsson scored 1. In the second end, Team Nilsson scored 2 more to get 3. Third end, then third and fourth end both.
Lazy handles stole one or got one out of each, so they end up with 2 total. Team Nilsson's got 3. And we're going into the 5th end, and now it's a tightened match. That was actually a good point for lazy handles.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the 5th end, a lot can change.
Yeah, you got 2 more ends to go, and
So then the early stones, you're usually trying to put some guards up.
trying to put some guards up. So there's a good one. That one's out of play.
Which then the question is, does it go back? Yep. As you
Yeah,
see it,
so
the guard stones are not allowed to be knocked out of play. They can be moved, but they cannot be knocked out of play. That did get knocked out.
so you replace your stone and you burn the other stone.
Correct.
See that?
Yep. So here's Lori with her second stone. So, Corey, over the course of an 80-minute match, does the ice change much?
Can actually. what causes the ice to change are a couple of things. The more stones you throw, the more it knocks that pebble off, which can actually slow the speed of the stone a little bit. But the temperature in the area can also change a little bit based on outdoor temperature. That can affect the indoor temperature as well, which changes the ice conditions. So it can change the speed of the ice.
Sure.
How do they put the pebble on? I missed that. The pebble. How do they put it on? I missed it. Between.
Oh, the pebbling. We talked about that. How basically it's a shower head essentially that's on a wand that's just with gravity flowing water through that shower head. And it sprinkles out the pebble over the ice, basically spreading out the droplets.
Essentially just a person walking backwards.
Person walking backwards, spraying some water.
Do it with the garden sprayer.
So here's Mike. Mike's going on with his first stone. We're trying to figure out if Mike can, he's going to take out that lazy handle spot.
That's what he was looking at.
Yeah,
too.
leaving himself right at the back of the 4 foot. Got Case over here with lazy handles. See what he can throw here. Looks like he's just trying to replace it. He's got a line. If it can hold that line, looks like he's going to pull off center though. They're sweeping like crazy trying to hold it though.
Looks like they're going to do it. Freeze it down pretty good.
Freeze it.
Shot.
So he's almost on the button. He's right on the inside of the 4 foot. This is Mike. I think Mike's they're going to trade these back and forth for another shot here, see what they can do. If you're Nilsson, you're happy to just get him out of the scoring at this point, right?
I think so.
If you can freeze it, that's great. But if not, take it out. I'm good either way. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say so. The way he's got it, it's going to freeze if it hits. I'm not going to move a lot.
Corey,
Just off center. Off to the left.
just enough. So
Didn't hurt it.
didn't hurt.
Didn't gain him anything, but didn't.
You got Vice Skip Katie now. She's going to be throwing her first stone. Looks like Corey's asking for something right about the top of the 8 foot circle. She's been throwing great all day. Good weight. This looks pretty good. Yeah, the line looks about right. Corey just asked for some sweeping, but hit a little bit of that. See if they can.
Looks like it puts
You know, it put him right where he wanted it to be when he called for it. I'm not sure that's the strategy he wanted to use to get there, but could be. But they're sitting with shot rock now. Lazy Handles is. And it looks like Jordan's asking for a takeout on that.
got a feeling that is what he's called.
Maybe a hit and roll in that. Just if you can keep yourself in there, or you want to freeze that on there, or maybe roll it over a little bit behind your guard may be helpful.
Yeah, if he does freeze it there, he's not gonna have much. Not gonna have much into the house there, so you might want to roll it a little bit if you can.
Oh, just missed it. Yeah, they're not happy. Saw Teresa's face right after that one. Saw she was like. Corey's trying to. Yeah, if you're sweeping, can you really tell where it's going, or you're just listening for voices?
You're listening for the skip to call it.
You really just can't tell the line from above. Is that it?
Well, you can see the line. It's hard to tell how far it's going to go, or it's hard to feel the weight.
Okay.
Unless it's significant difference. You're really relying on your skip to call you through.
There's a shot right there, huh?
Yeah, real nice shot. Puts it back behind that blue stone up in the front.
Yeah, kind of put you behind the guard. Teresa's got a lot of hit if she's going to try and do it. She's going to try that takeout again.
Good throw there. Actually rolled it just a little bit.
Just a little bit inside, yeah. So if I'm Corey, or vice skip Katie over here, I'm going to try and just do the same thing they just did. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a possibility. But one of the things they got to watch for is if you hit that stone square, they're going to end up freezing it just outside of the house.
Yeah. And they don't have the hammer here, so they can't. They're not playing. They're got to figure out what to strategize here. Well, it looks like Corey's made the decision.
I kind of wonder if he might be better served if he tries to go around the right side of it. Looks like he's going to try and take it out.
Yeah, he's got takeout weight there, that's for sure.
He might actually roll it over to the left as he takes it out.
Oh, didn't take it out far enough. What happened there? You see Jordan kicking that stone. You have any idea? Something got moved?
Not sure.
Something got kicked?
Yeah. Potentially somebody tripped over the stone.
Interesting.
Unless one of the sweepers burned the stone.
Well, it got moved back. Whatever Jordan did, he moved it in closer to the... Closer than it was before, so... That'll be the post-game interview. We'll have to ask a clarification on that one. So he's looking for kind of to sneak around here, huh? That curled in there, though. He's not. He's going to hit that one pretty straight.
They were looking to push that one in.
That's what they were just discussing, what to do here, and it looks like Corey's starting outside and hoping to curl it on in there if he's going to be able to slow it down enough, or if he's going to tap that one.
He intended to get around, maybe put one on the button there.
So here's an opportunity for a guy with a hammer.
Yeah, I think at this point they're going to want to just take that stone out.
If they can take out that 5 or that red at the back of the 4 foot, they're sitting with 3 and the hammer. Or they're sitting on 3.
Yep.
That's the way to make the hammer work for you, I suppose, huh?
That's exactly what they want with a hammer.
Jordan's been really accurate all day today too. I'd be surprised if he doesn't find a way to get this one. I suppose there's a lot of stuff in front though. He's kind of got a narrow gap he's going to have to fit it through.
Gap a little bit there.
Calling it in all the way. That looks like a good stone. Yeah.
It looks like they're going to sit at least 2. Yep.
Yeah.
End up with 2 on that.
So that's 2. We're up at 5-2. 5-2 with one end left to go. Hammer turns around though to lazy handle, so if there's any news for them that's positive, it's they got the hammer going into the last end.
Got a big challenge ahead of them for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to get 3 out of here at the last end. What would happen if we end up with a tie? Say they do get 3.
If we do end up with a tie, they end up with looking at a skip draw. Skip draw is the skips. Each take a stone and throw it. Try to get the closest to the butt. The first skip would throw the stone. They'd mark that stone, take it off, and the second skip would then throw his stone. Whoever's closest to the button wins the game.
Well, we're starting off with a garter right at the front. Yeah, right at the 8-foot line. I suppose that's a good spot to be, huh? Put some pressure on Lisa. Sounds like they got good weight there though. Certainly something, if it's going to come back, it's going to be about the same. See if they can get that one over the hog line. Get a little something started. I think it's a struggle to get it there.
Guard there.
Yep, kind of got 2 sitting there protecting the button on that one, so any work's going to be done is going to be even. She starts way outside on that one.
Well, I just noticed on sheet A here we've got a game going. Lucky Shot versus the Man Salon. They decided to call it quits after. Whoops, made a little bit of a racket there. I think it was after the 5th, 11-0. So they decided to call it quits.
There you go. 11-0.
No chance in Man Salon coming around with only 8 stones to throw.
8 stones. I got to make up for 11. Math doesn't work out very well for you.
So there you go. So maybe go do some broom stacking.
Get to broom stacking early for them.
That 3 games played. It's you wouldn't think by watching that it'd be that much work, but curling can take some
energy out of you.
especially sweeping.
It's a lot of miles back and forth on the old ice. For some of us that are more challenged, just walking on ice is a trick. let alone trying to move with any kind of speed and dexterity to do some brooming. This is what Case is here. I think he's trying to, well, he's taking out that blue unless he misses it.
I think his intent was to shoot down the middle to take out the
one
that's on the house. Didn't quite make it.
Well, he opened her up. That's where we're sitting at.
Feeling Team Nielsen's probably going to want to guard up there.
Yeah, I think they, with a 3-stone lead coming into the last 5 stones.
Play it safe at this point.
Play it safe. Protect against a 3. That looks like what he's doing is just putting up another guard right out in front there. That one's going to sit about 5 feet in front of the 12-foot circle.
Yeah, real nice guard.
We'll see if Case can get that takeout he's hoping to do. Just shoot one straight down the old, shoot one straight down the line and see if he can. Did the same thing again though, hit the wrong stone.
What they were hoping for again, the way it looks. See, Corey's a little disappointed there.
So you're sitting with Teresa coming up. She's got 2 stones left. Team Nielsen is sitting here with a 3-stone lead. They're sitting with 1 in the house. Looks like Jordan's just calling for another guard out front.
It's a little surprising because there is actually a guard sitting there with the red stone in the way. But again, playing it safe.
So when you burn it, what's that mean? Might have
Sweeper hit the stone with his broom.
Okay.
And that's called burning. And here again is another case where no refs, no umps. You have to call your own shots. He knew he hit it. Knew that it was a burned stone, so he called it right away. Good sportsmanship, right?
Yeah.
Next part.
So here's Katie. She's got a little bit of weight there to try and move something into the house, get something happening for him, right?
Opened it up, but I still think they were trying to shoot for that middle.
Yeah.
Trying to take that 1 stone out.
Yeah, I got to figure out trying to manufacture a 3 on this one.
They only have 3 stones.
They only got 3 stones left. They got to get something to work with. Of course, Teresa's probably just going to put another guard rack out there and be like, there's another good guard sitting out there.
Yeah, just making a mess of everything.
No room to get anything through.
Keeping things protected for sure.
So if you're, is there a point where you start thinking I got to run some of my front guys in there to give a little hope?
Yeah, I think they're sitting too far out, I think, to run them in.
Yeah.
Just keep shooting. Tough. Keeps trying to shoot down that center line and they keep falling off to the right. Same shot every time. I think at some point he'd probably try to put something into the house inside the 8-foot.
Yeah.
Well, at this point in the game, it's over for the lazy handles. They can continue to play just to say they played, but there's no chance in time. Well,
I still got stones on the.
there's still stones out in front of the house.
There's still stones out front. You still gotta.
Impossible, but I think we can pretty much call it a game.
So Jordan's gonna drop one out here. He's gonna put another guard out front, muck it up. The opportunity for lazy handles to throw one on there is bumping bumping somebody you got already back in there too. See if you can.
And hope maybe for mistakes on the opponent. Put another guard out there.
So there's got to be a strategy to take one of your guards, bump that back, hope you roll in somewhere close. Of course, if you hit it too center.
Luxie's going to try to shoot that center again. I think he's just bound and determined that somebody's going to make this shot.
Put a lot of heat on that guy.
Just keeps falling off to the right. Boy, tough ice position for him.
Now you're sitting with 3 red stones out here. There's no chance of getting all 3 of them into a scoring position. Well, it's been a pleasure today, Corey. Carol, thanks for filming the game at 6:05. Again, folks, please follow Sioux Falls Curling at Sioux Falls Curl on Twitter or Sioux Falls Curling on Facebook, and at Curling 605 on Twitter or Curling 605 on Facebook. Congratulations to Team Nilsson. And thanks again for the Scheels IcePlex and everybody for hosting us out here today.
Well, thanks, Jeff, for your time, too.
Been fun. First curling announcing job I've ever had that I never got paid for, so that's exciting.
Well, on behalf of the Sioux Falls Curling Board of Directors, thank you for your time, and thanks everybody for watching today.